Have you ever wondered, is this all there is? The grueling silence, the whisper of self-doubt, echoing louder than the applause of the world around you. Well, I have. Today, I stand in front of you to not share the story of the glittering titles I've won or the milestones I've crossed, but to share with you the story of that fragile human side, a story of questioning, learning, evolving, and ultimately discovering myself. Let me take you back to where it all began. I grew up in a small but nurturing family in Kathmandu. My father, deeply involved in politics, taught me the value of service and resilience. But my drive, you ask, has to be my mother's legacy. She was a woman who believed sky is not the limit when you believe in your wings. So at 18, I started my own business, working tirelessly, juggling my college during the day and strategizing during the night. A business I started with a borrowed laptop and just an idea. When I succeeded, people called me fearless. But was I fearless? I was afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid that my dreams and my vision were too small for the world. But I soon realized that fearlessness was not my identity. Persistence was. And courage is not the lack of fear, but the ability to walk through it anyway. Fast forward to today, I stand in front of you here as the reigning Miss Nepal World 2024. Many of you, I'm sure, look at it as a crown of glory, a dream realized, but very few understand the weight behind this very crown. Some time ago, I hit rock bottom. Anxiety and self-doubt were my only friend. There were days when I'd be at home, be staring at my wall and telling myself that I was not enough and I did not deserve it. It was paralyzing. And not too long ago, a few months preparing for my Miss Nepal journey, again I hit rock bottom. And right before, in a photo shoot, I was smiling for the cameras, exuding confidence, but the moment I reached home, I broke down. I could not recollect myself. I did not know what was going on. And I think it was hitting rock bottom that made me realize the importance of finding myself and healing myself. For me, healing was a tough process. The first thing I had to do was accept that I needed to heal. I started with a very simple process of journaling every night. I started writing about my flaws, my fears, and ultimately my dreams. It was a difficult process. It was messy, but at least it was honest. And I think it was then that I made a promise, not to my friends, not to my family, not even to the judges of the pageant, but a promise to myself that I had to do this for myself. And the second most important thing that I was able to do for myself was able to find the courage to seek therapy. A topic often stigmatized where we all come from, and something that I was very hesitant to as well, became my sanctuary. It became a place where I learned to love myself again. And the third thing that truly changed my life was finding meditation. Mindfulness, the ability to be present wherever you are. The ability to show gratitude and appreciate even the tiniest things in life, whether it is that I was sipping my tea in the morning or spent having dinner with my parents. The three important things that I've learned through my journey of introspection. The first one being your value, your worth is not tied to your achievements. Whether I win the crown or lose the crown, my value remains constant and so does yours. Second, and the most important lesson I've learned is vulnerability is strength. The moment I accepted that I was not okay is the moment I started recovering. We live in a world where perfection is often glamorized, but what we tend to forget, ladies and gentlemen, it is the cracks that let the light in. And the third lesson that I truly believe is the most significant one is purpose evolves over time. At 18, my purpose in life was to run my business, build something. Then after that, I thought my purpose was to win the crown. But it is now that I realize that my purpose is to empower others, whether it is through my actions or my stories, and to let everybody know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. That even in your darkest times, there is light to be found. One day, not too long ago, I was standing in front of my mirror. I was looking at myself, not the polished perversion, but the raw, authentic me. And I found myself smiling back at me. Not because I've achieved something extraordinary, but in a long time, I could see somebody who loved me staring back at me. Ladies and gentlemen, we often get caught up in this bubble of being perfect, fitting into the box that people have created for us. But I've realized true happiness begins the moment you decide to be yourself. Today, I stand in front of you not as a Miss Nepal or an entrepreneur, but I am a mosaic of every failure, every lesson, every triumph that I've gone through in my life, and so are you. And if there's one thing I'd like for you to take away from what I'm telling you today, that would certainly be to embrace what breaks you, because that is ultimately what builds you. Your journey in life will not be an easy one, but it will be worth it. And one day, when you're standing in front of your mirror, I hope you see someone you love, appreciate, and someone you can celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, the only crown that matters is not the one you wear on your head, but the one you wear on your heart. Thank you.